Why there is so much division, so much hate when we all worship the same God? Today in this video, I'm going to prove by logical and factual arguments that we all follow one God, and God is trying to send us messages through different prophets. The message remains the same, but he has just used different prophets over time for guidance. And what's a better way to start the video than watch Lily J's clips?
Hey believers, I have a question. So you know how we all believe that we're created, right? And we all believe there's one creator. Why is there so much division? Like, can't we just get along? Could that work?
I do feel that division was created as part of corruption that was done by people in power just to gain power and control over people, just to create hate among people, just to create wars. How ironic it is that we are fighting over the same God. When we have the same God, when we are doing the same things, why are we fighting? And by the end of the video, you'll have enough facts and logical arguments that I hope will help you guide towards the right direction. Actually, there are some very big facts that I have learned very recently through ChatGPT too.
So I grew up a Christian, right? And I always thought that Jesus had blonde hair and blue eyes, because that's what the church told me. But I just found out that Jesus was an Arab. What does an Arab look like? They have brown skin, brown eyes, brown hair. So where did the church get this concept of a white man? It's just crazy to me. Even if Jesus is God, right? The second commandment that Moses brought is do not make images of God. The churches I had so many different statues. They had Mother Mary, they had Jesus, they had images, paintings. But this is quite literally breaking the commandments of Moses, which Jesus also says in Matthew chapter 5, is that he came to fulfill the commandments of Moses, not to abolish them. So how does this make any sense?
I have realized a while back that Jesus was Arab too, and in the beginning I didn't know that because they always show him with blonde hair and white skin, and Arabs don't have blonde hair typically. Can you believe one of the facts I found out through ChatGPT is that Jesus was born in modern day Palestine. Such a big revelation for me, how sacred that area is. Muslims consider it a very sacred area, and for that reason, because Jesus was born there, I'm pretty sure for Christians that should be a very sacred area also. And that's one area where there shouldn't be any wars going on. A lot of non-Muslims, ex-Muslims and atheists believe that Quran was written by Prophet Muhammad. Quran wasn't written by Prophet Muhammad. Islam was not created by Prophet Muhammad. It is a continuation of Allah or God's message, and Prophet Muhammad is the last of all prophets. So what happens is that it's not uncommon. Like Christians, some of my Christians viewers have said that they will never agree or they will never believe that Prophet Muhammad was a prophet sent by God. And this is the same thing like Jewish people or in Judaism, they don't accept Jesus as a prophet. They just accept Jesus as a historical figure. And so I can see why Christians reject Prophet Muhammad as a prophet, because a lot of time things that come after us, we tend to reject it. However, let's watch some more of my video where I am going to prove it that Quran is word of God and was not created by Prophet Muhammad. It's impossible to think it that way. Islam is not a religion that is started by Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad didn't bring a new concept. He brought monotheism or worship to one God, and this is the exact same message that was revealed to earlier prophets like Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and then finally through Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was illiterate. He couldn't read or write. So the message was delivered to him through an angel, and he was unable to write, so he could not have written Quran. Also in Quran, there are the same stories of previous prophets. All these prophets are highly respected in Islam, and their stories shows the continuation of the same divine message. One of the most beautiful thing about Islam, besides monotheism, is that it acknowledges and respects and values all prophets equally. In fact, Prophet Muhammad himself said that he is not more important than previous prophets like Moses and Jesus. He mentioned that he is bringing the same old message to the people to worship one God. All the prophets are part of the same spiritual lineage. I don't know why it is so difficult for people to understand and grasp. It is so clear and obvious. If Prophet Muhammad have written Quran, why would he have said that he is equal to other prophets? He could have said, if he was that deceitful, he could have just said that I am better, or I am an improved version of other prophets. But he didn't say that. He was very clear that he is bringing the same message as the other prophets. All the other prophets are included in Quran. So it shows that he didn't make this up. It was Allah or God who is trying to send the same revelation over time. It's the same message, just different prophets. And since Prophet Muhammad is the last one and Quran is so well preserved, that's why we have full information about Allah's message. That's what must have the reason he was the last prophet, because now we have the complete guidance. There's no new guidance needed because Quran is preserved. Out of all the other books, Quran is very well preserved. I'm going to present few more logical points to prove that Prophet Muhammad didn't write Quran. Prophet Muhammad was known for his character. Before becoming prophet, he was known for his honesty and trustworthiness. He did very fair trade. He became so popular that Hazrat Khadija, who was his first wife and was a very wealthy businesswoman, sent a proposal to him to marry her. Why she would have sent a proposal to a much younger guy to marry? Just because of his character. It's very hard to imagine that someone with that solid character, with such high qualities, is going to completely change and fabricate a whole new religion just for his own personal gain. 2. Quran is revealed over a period of 23 years. And the message in Quran remains very consistent in the way it is delivered, in the way it is conveyed. It is humanly impossible to maintain that level of consistency over such a long period of time. If it was written by a human, why would it take 23 years? 3. If Prophet Muhammad had written Quran, why would he include the verses that warned him, quickly humbled him, and reminded him that he is just a human? There are verses in Quran addressing Prophet Muhammad that he is just a human, not above others, and he is just a servant of God. Quran also contains some very important historical and scientific facts that were not known at that time and that are known only by recent scientific discovery. For example, how a human embryo is formed. I'm going to share Lily J's clip again.
Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. Can you please read the Quran for me and tell me how many times the word day is mentioned?
The word day is mentioned 365 times in the Quran, which aligns with the number of days in a year, a fascinating numerical pattern.
That's really interesting. What about the word month?
The word month is mentioned 12 times in the Quran, which aligns with the number of months in a year, A remarkable and intriguing detail.
Wow, that is crazy. Is this a coincidence, guys?
And I'm going to share the verse on human embryo in Quran, and there are multiple other scientific facts in Quran also that were not known at that time. For example, there is a verse on how universe is expanding, which is confirmed by modern cosmology now, and there's also a verse on barrier between salt water and sweet water. And Quran also says that for those who want to believe, there are revelations and there are signs.